Hello, it's Lexon from Forex Trading. I hope you're doing fine. So, I thought I could make a video about TradingView Tutorials. So, I just needed to show you guys how I've set up my TradingView, and then like say so that I can like show you some of the things how I use this shortcut, but how I've come up with all these ones, and then how I use them in the way that I always trade. Yeah, so anyway, let me not waste time, let me get started. What I did is I can just show you my settings for how I've set up everything. Say let's just go to settings, and then from the candlesticks, if you want to change the color of your candlesticks, this is where you change them. So this is the body, the border, and the wick. So if you want to change the color of your candlestick, say you want to choose red, if you put red here, make sure that everything here has the same color, and also here if you want to put maybe green or whatever color you would want to choose, you just make sure that choosing the same color just to avoid confusions, and then you can have something like that. But it all depends how you would want to things. So as for me, I prefer those ones. Let's go back to the settings again. So literally here, this is all you need. This is all that you need. Just need to tick 4 of these ones. You just leave everything out like that. Then you go to status line. I just clicked on symbol just so I can have that information there. I don't need extra. I just need to see the symbol and the indicated titles, so that I can like see the names of the indicators that I use that help me while I'm trading it all. And literally here, this is all you need to do. Under scale, I unticked everything, only this one, show last price. This is the one here. If I untick it, it just shows me where the price is. As long as the market is moving, it's going to show me here. This is why I've ticked it. And then I also ticked just these 2 to make it 3. So this countdown toolbar, if the market was open, it would be underneath this last symbol price label. So what normally happens is that if I'm using 5 minutes, it's going to count down from 5 minutes until the new candle closes or opens, until the new candle opens. So it's going to be counting down from 5 minutes. So it's going to show me, it will be telling me that okay, 3 minutes remaining before the new candle opens, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, and then until another candle opens, then it restarts from 5 minutes again. And if I change time frame to 15 minutes, it's going to be counting down from 15, 1 hour, just like that. This is how this one always helps me. And then when we come to appearance, if you want to change the background of your the trading view, this is where you find the settings. So you can choose solid, and then here you choose any color that you need, any color that you feel that's going to match with the candlesticks that you've chosen. You can just choose as long as you can see what's on the chart. For me, I prefer black because at least then it give me like like my eyes sometimes, like if I use white, I don't always see oil, like I can't see it a long time just on the charts. And then if you want, you can also choose gradient. So this is where you choose two colors. You can choose any of the colors, say maybe black, red here, and underneath there maybe blue, or say green or yellow, and then he say maybe down here you have red. So here you just mix colors. As you can see that the yellow there, that's the one on top there, the red here, that's the one in the down here, so they like blend in together in the middle. As for me, I always choose solid, and then I just go for like. So if you want to have those grid lines, then you can just increase the opacity for this one. Say, can we take it to 100 for vertical ones, and horizontal one you also do that. For me, I don't see well with this one, so I always put the opacity on 0, just so I can just have a plain background like that. The rest here I just don't use anything. But if you also want to put a watermark here for the pair that you're trading, so that it can be seen like that, you can use this one here. You can even, if you want it to be more visible, you can like even increase it here. You can even change its color if you want. It can even be in green or in yellow or whichever color you want. But for me, I don't need it, because I don't need it to show here because I already have it there. You check, so I don't need it to show here. So anyway, I'm just showing just in case you've seen where there are those types, and then want to see where you can like how to put it. Anyway, these ones I just mostly these ones are like used if you're using a broker that's partnered with TradingView, and then you can like use these. But I haven't used them before, so I just left him like that. I just left him like this one, so I don't use them. So anyway, we are done with how the appearance for TradingView. Now let me show you how you can make this one, because what I do is I just have this one, and then I hide that one, hide drawing like that. So I have a lot of space for trading, and these are the only tools that I need from all the tools that have been given here. So these are my favorite ones, right? So I just take this one here. I always like put it down here. I don't need any disturbances in here, but for now I'm just going to put it there so that you can also see it as I explain how each and every function works. So let me just bring back the drawing panel. Yeah, so as you can see that in between here, between the screen and that, but in here there's like that button. When you click it, you have all the options. Here, and then you need to click on the orange star so that it can be added here, right? For example, this eraser, if I click on star there, it gets added here, right? If I remove it, it gets also removed there like that. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, so literally I just went through this list to just choose the things that I want here. So these are the ones cross. Then in here, the second row, I just went for arrows, info line, horizontal ray and vertical, and then parallel channel. I don't need this one anymore. I will remove it from it was there, but now I don't no, not that one, I meant this one. It was there, this was the one. I don't use this one anymore, so I'll remove it from my list. I don't need it anymore. Then we go to the third one. Then just start the Fibonacci retracement. I use it to because I trade using let's say smart money concept, so I use the fib to like determine the equilibrium. Anyway, as I upload more videos about trading and all, I'm going to explain better about equilibrium. But those that are in my VIP group, they already know about those ones, because I always teach them about many of these things when we're trading smart money concept. So anyway, we're just going to do tutorials for TradingView. We go to the fourth one, have the brush, rectangle, circle, path, curve. I'm going to show you, I just need to show you the ones I've clicked, then there are functions, or we're going to come here, then I'm going to show you. Here I've got text, callouts, arrow marker. This one I don't need it anymore. In here I don't have anything selected. Here I've got the long position, short position, bars pattern. I don't need this one also. Here I don't have anything selected. I think that's all. I think all the things that I need are there now, right? So we can start with this one. After what I always do is that after I'm done highlighting everything, I hide the drawing panel. And also I need to tell you one thing. You see, if you really want to take, you can do this on a free TradingView, right? You don't really need to like have a paid one. You can have this on a free one. Now the only reason why we need the paid one is when you really want to take a trading on a serious level, because it's like you want to start a business, but you don't want say to set up a premise where you're paying rent, or you're avoiding rents and stuff. How is your business going to grow fast if you're avoiding some of the normal things that you're supposed to facing when you're opening a business? So that's the same thing with trading. You'd rather pay for TradingView, and then you get most of the functions. Even just when paying for Pro, you get most of the functions that you need, because you with Pro you get to add at least about 20 or indicators or so more than if you trade with indicators. You can like have more indicators than you won't have like a limit here. And then you will also like have this function to like set alerts, so that when price comes to your zone like this one, I've set this alert so that when price comes to this zone of mine, I'm going to be alerted on my phone that okay, price has come to the zone that you were like waiting for, or in my order block zone. So I'll just go there and trade, because I don't need to analyze anymore. I don't need to go and think and what to do now. I've already made my plan that when price comes here, I'm just going to sell, and my stop loss is just above the zone, maybe 5 or 10 pips above the zone. So I just need to go there. When I get an alert, I just need to go there to sell. I don't need to be on the charts the whole day to watch the market waiting for it to come here. No, you don't need to be a slave to the charts like that. You just need to analyze, make your plan, and then set your alerts. And then when price goes there, you get alerts on your phone. you get your alerts on the phone. You can choose even via email, or your TradingView app can also like show you the alerts, or they can even send to you via cell phone. As long as you've like registered a cell phone number on your TradingView, you will get those alerts. So that is about using Pro. Anyway, let me hide my drawing panel. So let me explain each and every one of these, how they work. This is the horizontal ray. So the horizontal ray is just a line. I just need to mark and say, okay, let me see, will price break this or the last low maybe for this week. So maybe I want to check if it's going to break it, and then I say, okay, it has made another low here, and all. That's the only function I use this, but you will have also other functions that you need to like use it for. I also use it for stupid lines sometimes in your trading. On my trading channel, most of them, they know what stupid line is. It's a strategy that we use to trade NAS 100 on the New York session open. If you don't know about it, you can just check in my first video on this channel. I did explain about stupid line. Anyway, when you click this one, when you click this one here, you can change and even choose just settings. And then you can change line, the colors, the color for your horizontal ray. Sometimes, okay, you can even like say, you add a text to it, say, I don't know, whatever you're going to say. Maybe if you say last high, so it's going to like be named there. Let me just increase the font in case. Where can I increase the settings? Yeah, here you can even increase the font, just so you can label all your, say this is for your last high. You can say, okay, your last high should be yellow. You see, when you're done writing like that in the text saying last high, or say you can mark this one as your, say, last low instead of high. Let's say last low. Now, instead of for you typing this every time, you can save this as a template. So you copy this, right? And then you come to templates down here, then you say save as. On the template name, you just use what you copied there, and then you paste here, and then you save, right? Then you press OK. So you can have another horizontal line, say another horizontal line, and then you name it. Maybe you want to name it last high, right? So I can just paste that, and then I can change that to last high. Maybe you can even change the color for this one so that you can know that, okay, maybe this one is what, that one is what. So you change the color for the text. You chose green style here. You change the color for the line. You also make it green, and then here you can even like change you can choose the dotted, dashed or dotted, either way, whichever one you need. I always choose line. Here you can increase the size of the line. You see the size is changing there, all the sizes you need. We'll leave it like that. And then here, when you press that one, when you put it there, the prices will be visible like that. But when you remove it and you say okay, you see the price disappeared, right? But you can see this one for the last low, the price, these coordinates here are visible. It's 13162.4. but on this one you can see that we have a line here, but we don't have the coordinates here. They are not visible. So if you want it that way, you can leave it like that. But if you want that your price can be visible, of which I prefer, always click that one, right? Now when you're done, you would also want to copy this last high. You say copy and you save as, and you paste as your last high, and then you save and say okay, right? So maybe that is your, say, your last high. You can just put it there, just put it there. So also this last high, the name here, you can choose where it's supposed to be. So here this is text alignment. You can choose from bottom because it's bottom there, or you can choose to be on the top, then to move to the top. You can also choose to for it to be in the middle, it will be in the middle of the line there. Then so if you, since it's last high, you'd want to put it on the top there, and then this, you can choose to center the text here, or take it to the far left there and then to be there, or to your far right and then to go there, right? So you can always choose center, or you can just leave it at left. So remember, every time you make changes to your line, even after you're done saving, don't just press OK, because to go back to your default settings. So you'd want, every time you make changes, you would want to copy the text and then say save as. See, these are the last, these are the ones you've already saved, and I'll show you what to do with these ones after done saving. If you want to delete it, if you want to delete what you saved, you can just press on this X here, right? You will just press there. It will ask you, do you really want to delete drawing template last high? If you want to delete, you can say yes. Then when you come here, it's deleted. It's deleted here. It's deleted, right? It's deleted. So I'm going to save it again. So when you do this, it's there saved. But anyway, if you are making changes and then while it's already here, you made changes, maybe it was in the middle, you took the text there to your left side, you say save as, and then you paste the, or you write to paste the name that was that you previously saved it with, right? Then you say save. Then it's going to ask you for confirmation whether you want to overwrite it, or let me say replace it. Then you say yes, right? Then you are done. Now this is what you're going to be doing. Anyway, let's also change to this one. Say let's change this one so it can look like that one. They say the text, you have to move the other side, right? So we go to settings. So on the text there, we are going to say, leave it at we're going to take to the left side, and then we're going to leave it at the bottom because it's the last low. The high is on top because it's on the high side. So then we copy and then save as, then it will ask for confirmation, then say yes, right? Then okay. Now say for instance, the next time you want to use these ones, let me delete them. The next time you want to use this one, so you are there maybe analyzing what not, you are here analyzing. Let me just remove this from automatic. You are here analyzing the markets, what not. Then you want to use, maybe okay, you want to mark your last low here, right? So when you come to horizontal ray, you're going to have that, right? Before you click here, click the templates, then you choose what you want to do here. What you want to mark here is a low or your high, so you mark your last low, right? Then you come here and you click, then to just, it is just going to write itself like that, last low, done. But say for instance, you just click here and you just click there, it's not going to write itself. It's not going to write itself. So in the event that you did that, you forgot to do this, you don't have to delete this line. Say you wanted to mark your high there, right? So you get this, you wanted to mark your last high like that. Now while you clicked on this one, you have that, so you can just click here and change it, and then you're going to say last high, then it's also going to change. Or if you come here and then you say last high, it's going to change. If you say last low, so your templates are already saved here. You don't need to be typing these ones again. Now you are saving yourself time with the templates, right? So this is how I use this horizontal array. So now let's talk about it. Vertical line. So vertical line, this is the one where I don't normally use this, but I see most people always use it, maybe to divide, or I don't know, like say for those one that maybe like maybe they were like back testing, and then maybe they want to go to maybe the first day of the month or what, for some reasons, maybe for some reason, say instead of using this replay button, because if you use this replay and you do that, and then you change your time frame maybe to 1 minute, right? It's just going to be where you put your replay there. So when you increase speed, it's going to just like when a backtest it's going to start ticking from where you did the replay. But now in the event that let me just do this, cancel it, we go back to where we were on 5 minutes, right? So now in the event that you don't have that function because you haven't paid for TradingView, what you need to do is, maybe you're using the array, you can use the array, right? So maybe you have that, the array, you can also, if you want, you can also name it whatever name you're going to give it. So say maybe always backtest from the first day of the month. This is just an example, right? Or maybe from the first day of the month, or maybe you can say first day. That will be your first. This will be your vertical line. You want to save it as first day, you copy it. After you click on text, you copy it. So it's written there. You just can increase your font to whatever is visible to you, and whichever color you'd want. Maybe you can just put it in white, as also the line is also in white. Say first day, maybe you save it like that. Then you come here. When you're done, before you save, make sure you've chosen everything that you want here. Text alignment, do you want it to be bottom, middle, or top? There, it's up to you. Maybe you would want to put on top, right? And then do you want to be on the left, center, or right side, or left, whichever you would want. Maybe you can, let's leave it, say maybe at the left side as the first day, right? So do you want to be vertical like that, or horizontal like that? Whichever you would prefer, you'd put it. I would want it to be horizontal, and I would want it to be vertical because the line is also vertical, right? Then when you're satisfied with your settings, then you save them. Save as, because you already copied first day, right? You'd always want to save, to give it the name that you're also seeing on the chart, then to be easy for you to like use them. Don't name it different here, then here you want to name it something else. You're going to be confused. But if you know what you're doing, you can do it, as long as you understand your craft. So you save, and maybe the second line, you see, you don't always have to draw the second line for you to like create another template. You can still change this one. So this is the first day, so maybe this one you can maybe say maybe last day or current day. I don't know, I will go for last day. Say last day, right? Or current day, I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's just go for last day, whichever day you're going to choose. So you copy, you'd want to change or whatever you want. Since the last day, I would want this to be at the right side, the last part. Since the first is this side, the last I want it to be this side. If you want to change the color, maybe I don't know, maybe red, I don't know. I can choose red, Also the style here, you would also want to choose maybe the same color red. The time label, this is the one here. If you want, you can put it this out. You can also show you the time for this, the date and stuff. So yeah, you can just leave it like that. Anyway, so when you're done, what do? We're satisfied, right? We're satisfied with the text. You can just copy it, and then we say save as. First day is already there saved. Then paste, then save, then we're done, right? So this is how you use this function, right? Then maybe you want to like backtest for some reason the hard way. You can rub that one. So for example 1 May, right? Maybe 1 May. So let's just go to 1 May. If you want to jump to another date, you can always come to this one, go to, it's going to give you this, then you can choose the date there. Let's choose 1, then you say go to. You can even choose time here, whichever time on that date. So you just go to, so it has brought us here. It even says okay, 1 May, this is the day, this is the first day of that month, right? Now since we don't have the replay button, we can use your horizontal or your vertical line, and then you mark this. Now before you mark it, you choose these ones. So you can say first day, so you mark it as that one as your first day. Now for some reasons that you want to backtest, right? So you marked your first day as that one, and then maybe you would also want to mark, just for this, just an example, maybe your last day was this one. Forget about this part. Maybe your last day is this one, right? So you choose last day, and then you click there, right? So now you have this range, right? You have this range from here to there to try your strategy, whichever side you want to try, from this range to that one, right? So even if you change your time frame to 1 minute, say okay, it has brought back to the current day. Say you can also just say go to again. We can go to the date is already there. We go back to where we were on 1 minute time frame. The last visible day is saying, which day is that one now? Let's go to April. Anyway, it's only taking me to the last day on 1 minute. It's only giving me up to April. Okay, let's try 15 minutes. Say you're changing time frames, right? Then you say go to. Yeah, so even when I change time frames like that, I already have my range here, even on a different time. So I already know that okay, this is the range I should play with. So even when I go on 1 hour, I know that okay, that's my range I marked from. The first day was here and the last day was there. So on 1 hour, when you like, or you want to see what has been happening, you know that okay, this was my first day, this is my last day, whatever you want to do during that time frame. So you already marked your day, so you know which range to play with. You don't need to go and look for the day again, which day was that one, checking down here the time and stuff. Everything has been given. That was your 1 April, and that's your last day. Don't mind about this date I put here. This was just an example. I didn't want to go all the way on the way this side. You can even move it all to whichever day you'd want, you know. That is the range, whichever day you would want. So we are done with that one. We are done with vertical. We can go back to I always trade on 5 minutes time frame. So path. So path, I just use it to analyze the market where, say, I drew my zones, so I want just to explain to someone, no, I'm thinking that when the market comes from this zone, it's going to go to that zone, then come back here. You see, as long as I click once, it keeps following me wherever I'm pointing. As long as I just click once. When I want to stop now, right, I double click it, 1, 2, then it will stop, like annotating with me. So this is how you use this function, this one here, that one there. That's how you use it. It's different from this one. Arrow is just one. When I just do that, I immediately just click, it's done. It will not do like this one. It will not do like that. So this is the difference between these two. This one can make as many curves or as many corners as you want before you can stop it, right? That's the difference between those two. So also for some reasons also, if you want to change the colors here, this way you go. All you have to do, just go in settings, and then then you want to change. Don't always mess with the visibility, né? Don't always mess. Just leave the visibility the way it is for everything here. Just leave the visibility the way it is until you know TradingView. Just for now, these are the basics you need. Just style and text. Visibility, don't touch it. Here you change whether you want it dotted or dashed or dotted, right? Here the start there, let me first put it back to line. The beginning of your line here, do you also want an arrow there like that, two arrows like that, or you don't want an arrow there? You just put it normal, and then an arrow is in front, or even this one can even just do that, no arrows at all. Then you have something like that, no arrows at all, right? But for me, I would want one end to have an arrow, right? So for me, I have two templates. You already know what to do if you want to save a template. I have the green one, and I also have the red one. So these are my two templates. You already know, I've already shown you how to create a template. If you haven't, or if you've forgotten already, I'm just going to replay this video. You check what I was doing when I was explaining about horizontal array, how to save a template, right? So we move on. Short position and long position, right? I'm just going to explain one, but they work the same. No, before we come here, we have call out. So call out, I use this to like my note, or my, say I just need to leave something and indicate what happened during that moment or on that candlestick, right? Say maybe on this trade, right? I like doing this. Say I click on that, maybe on this trade. Say this was the trade for Friday. These were trades on Friday. This trade, I did give out a signal in the signals group, and also I did send some charts. We are talking about it in the trading room, in our VIP room. You can join. There are a lot of things we discuss. We learn a lot from each other. You can, especially in the trading room, compared to signals. There's nothing much to learn in signals. You just have to listen. When I say sell, you just go there and sell, or buy, you just go there and buy, but you don't even know why I'm telling you to buy, and you don't even know why I'm telling you to sell. You understand? So most people, what they do is, most of them, they just start with they start in signals group, then from there they migrate to trading room with the profit that they make. In trading room, this is where you learn. I teach you everything I teach you everything I know. I teach you the way I trade. I've shown the guys there. There's no strategy that I use that they don't know. I've taught them everything. We all trade the same way. We mark these order blocks together. We discuss about it even before they happen. I explain to them why this order block was going to work, what not, how I explain to them what is liquidity, a lot of things. So if you want to join, I think it would be a very good thing if you really want to like progress in Forex, where you have a community that's there to help you. It's not just me that's going to help you there. Sometimes I do get busy with personal things. The guys are there. You just ask a question. They are there 24/7. They are there ready to help. So the fees for signals is just 300 rands, and then the fees for the trading room or a VIP room is 1000 rands. But that also depends on, if you already know how to trade, it's on 1000 rands, where I just need to show you winning formulas and whatnot. But if you're a newbie and you really want to like if you really want to like learn Forex from the start, that one I do charge 1500 rands, right? 1500 rands for this. Is all these, for these are just once-off fees. It's not per month. You pay that amount. We are going to have countless Zoom sessions until you know how to trade, right? It's not just for one Zoom session or two Zoom sessions. No, in my group, even the ones that paid 2 years ago, they still request Zoom sessions even up to date. Sometimes they do forget one of the things I taught them. They just request, no bro, I need a Zoom session. I need you to clear up something for me. I'm always available. They know. If I'm lying, they can comment on the videos, or you can just go and ask in the group. All my groups are open, by the way. On Telegram, you can even just go and ask, find out from there. They're going to comment. We've got nothing to hide. Anyway, that was all about the VIP and stuff. If you need more information, you can just reach me out. I'll explain more about the VIP group. Anyway, I was talking about this trade that I gave it in the VIP and the signals. These are the ones. There were 3 trades. We also had this one here, and also for US30. US30, I only gave it in the trading room and not in the signals because it was more of a risk trade. I didn't have much confluence, so it did work out. It did come to this order block where this is where we entered. We drew an order block from here. This is where we entered, and then we just came the price until all the way down here. I expected to get some. This is why I put my TP. It just hit my TP before getting this reaction. You see, it's easy when I'm trading order blocks. We knew that it was going to reverse here. Just check. It just went there, tapped the order block there, and started going in our direction. And here, it just hit the TP, and then it just reacted. Sometimes it could have just reversed from here, but because of the more negative news that we had, it continued going all the way down. But we knew we were going to get a reaction here because there was this order block here, and we had some imbalances here. So we knew that price was going to come way to fill all these imbalances and take out this low here, because this is also part of the liquidity to fill up this imbalance here. And then we had that zone there. We expected a reaction, so that's where we're putting our TP. So this is just what we always risk, and these are the returns that we always get. So we trade according to plan, not through emotions. You can hold, you see, price can come there, then you feel like it's coming back to your entry. If you're trading your plan, you're not afraid if it takes you out from here, because you're going to get more opportunities. You see, if you're risking here, even if you have 5 losing trades, immediately you get one trade like this one, and you always risk that much, you are going to recover. You just check here, see how much we always risk. Just see how much we always risk, but look at our returns. That means we are not afraid to use tight stop loss, because we know price always just reacts like that in our zone. It doesn't even delay, it just goes to react in our zone. Immediately it comes here, we have nothing to think about, we just place our trades, and then price is going to react there. If it is a wrong trade, it's not going to make this kind of noise here, like this kind of noise here, whereby price is still deciding where to go and what not. It's then do this, it's either it's just going to take us out, or it's going to go in our favor. That's just how price reacts to our order blocks, because we know the kind of order blocks that we mark. We don't just mark any other order block, we know the ones that are going to work. Look at this one, just that taps the zone. This, let me remove this so that you can see nicely. So this was the order block, 5 minutes, just on 5 minutes. It just went, just there to tap it, and then it went into our direction. So if you want to learn more about how to mark these order blocks, how to trade them, feel free to join our community. All this break of structure, there's a lot to learn. And anyway, let's go back to here. We're talking about this call outs. This is how I use call outs. You can also use them for different kind of functions. So in the event that I won this trade, right, I can just use this. I just marked as missed trade. So if I click on my template and then I mark that one like that, so I like using this missed trade. This is in the event where can I give an example? Which missed trade did we have recently? Okay, for example, I don't have any. Okay, anyway, let's just go back to this one. For me, so in the event that I missed this trade, I just like labeling them there, whereby it's a missed trade. I didn't take part of it. Maybe it didn't come to my zone, or maybe it hit stop loss, or for some reason I like labeling my trades like that. Maybe if it's a stop loss, maybe I can just say I lost this one. Let's say I say I lost this one, then I'll mark it, or it's just a way to label things so that you can remember, or won this, then I mark it. So for me, I like using TradingView as also like my journal. Instead of getting, let's say, a hard book as my journal, I just like use TradingView. I just note the things. Okay, this happens because of this happens because of this type of reason. Sometimes I can note this, that okay, this order block happened because why? Was it just a normal order block, or was that order block caused by an imbalance? So I would also want to know what was the cause of this order block. So I use this call out. Maybe I can just say IM for imbalance. So I know that, oh, okay, so this order block was caused by an imbalance. Sometimes if I don't label it, maybe just a order block. So that's the way I use this call out. For you, you can also find a way you're going to use it, or maybe you want to say double top, double bottom. If you're a retail trader, you can also use it that way, but at least you know the functions for this one. Now if you go to settings, you can choose the background for this, whichever background you want. Maybe it's yellow, or you can choose even the opacity here so that it can be visible, or a little bit visible, so that even when this is on, like say you've labeled it on some candlestick like that, you can see that in the background there you're able to see those candlesticks, right? Because the opacity isn't that much. But in the event that you increase your opacity for the background like that, you won't see your candlesticks because we increased your opacity. And also, if you want to choose white, and then also choose the color for your text, you can even choose black. So also the border, this is, you can see that there's blue there, but you can choose its color. If you want to put it maybe red or green, purple, whichever way whichever color you want. You can even choose the size of your border, that the surrounding. You can choose anything you want. So those are the settings for that one. So we move on to short position and long position. So for short position, this is the one here. If you want to sell, you use this short position. This is the red part is your stop loss, the green part is your take profit, right? So if you want to sell. If you want to buy, use the long position. The red part is your stop loss, the green part is your take profit, right? So you can change settings for these ones also. So you would find that you can just go to settings, your stop color, you can change it to whichever color you need, or whichever color you want. You can even maybe, okay, you're going to use maybe that color for your stop. Maybe you can even maybe if you want to increase opacity, you can increase the opacity. Then your target, maybe you can choose even that for your target. But also you have to remember, every time you increase the opacity, you have to know that your candlesticks are not going to be visible. They are not going to be visible. But if you want to make them, let's say if you want to make them visible, so in the event you did that, you can just click here, you come to visual order there on the three dotted lines, and then say send to back. Then these candlesticks are going to be on top of your long or short position. But now it's just the color that I chose. Let me just try to change different colors, maybe maybe purple there. Let's see. Yeah, you see your candlesticks are visible because we've changed the visual order. This one has gone to the back of this one, but you also have to know the colors that you're going to use, that you're going to understand them. So let me just not mess with my colors. Okay, much better. I was just reverting to the colors that I always use. So same, I was explaining about the short position. Same with long position. These are just the same function. They have the same functions. Nothing much about them. I can just delete that one. Text in that one, they're almost the same. But when you use text, say you write something on the text, right? Like you see, when you try to like reduce, say if you want to reduce your candlesticks, right? It also just be that big. You will not even know where it is, or it doesn't move at all. It doesn't move, like it's just this stagnant. But with this one, why I like the call out one, it always goes with it. It remains with where you've like put it there. So whatever you're going to do, it's going to move with your candlesticks. Say I had a text on this same one, right? Let me just put it as text the way it is, right? And then like I reduce, say let me go on 5 minutes. You see, you are not going to know where this one is pointing, because now it looks like it's there, but it's for that part there. But on 5 minutes, you're going to see that it's here. But when you change time frame, it also changes. It just goes anyhow. It's not that accurate. So you can just use it maybe for titles, like maybe you just want to just put a title there, maybe charts, or say you want to say maybe put a title for TradingView tutorials, like that. So that would maybe the title for your charts, or whatever you want to do. At least you just have that as the head of the whatever you are trying to explain on your charts. You can use that as just for that function. Yeah, we are done with that one. Brush, this is just where you maybe want to explain, no, price was here, it did that, maybe it's going to make a double bottom, and then maybe you can even draw a zone there. You see, it's just something you're trying to explain, more like you're just using like a marker on a board or something like that, right? That's the function for this one. Let me just delete these ones. Changing color, same process with everything. Just come here, change color, and whatnot. Same with, yeah. So we go to, I did explain about this one when I was talking about the path, Fibonacci. So Fibonacci, the Fibonacci I use, let me show you. Before I show you, let me just do this. So the Fibonacci I use, say I want to mark my equilibrium, right? So I use this fib to mark maybe my say the lowest point. Maybe I want to buy to the highest point, right? That's the highest point. So now I know that okay, I'm looking to buy as long as this is below my 50%. Or if you want to sell, I can start selling on top of my 50%. So those that I've explained about how we always do equilibrium. They know how we use this discounted, how we use the discount and the premium functions. We're using the Fibonacci. Anyway, let me just show you the settings I use. If I do this, this is the kind of Fibonacci you would have on your TradingView. This is the normal one, but I have my template. This is the one I use for our smart money concept. This is the template. Now I'll show you the settings for this template. So these are the settings. I untick everything only on one, on 0, on 1, and on 0.05, right? So now the opacity for this one, I just chose white, and then I left to only positive, or let me say only 11%, so that visible, it can be there but not that much, because the one that I'm interested in is the mid one. So the one for 0 is on top. I don't want it to be seen, but I just want it to be visible. Also, I did the same thing to 1, opacity at 11. The same colors that are here on 0 and on 1 are just the same, white, and opacity on negative, not negative, but percentage 11%. Then the mid one, the 50%, our equilibrium, also that one there, I chose white and opacity at 100, so because I want it to be that much visible. And what's that? Okay, yeah, I want it to be that much visible. So you can choose any color you want, whether it's yellow, green, red, any color you're comfortable with. I'd rather use white because I'm using a black background. So those are the settings for my fib. You can just copy them and then you start using them like how I use them. When you're done changing, remember, you come to templates, save as, you name it. As long as you remember the name, then it's going to appear here, right? That's how you save your settings. Every time you make changes, you don't want white anymore. Now you've done, you put maybe orange. Remember, always come to template, save as, right? For now, I'll just leave it like that. So that is about the Fibonacci. Now also delete this one, you don't need it. So we have our rectangle. This is the one I use to mark my zones, right? So in the normal cases, this would be our order block. This is our order block, but it's not marked. I haven't marked it because we don't expect it to hold, as we have some liquidation here. So where it is now, we don't expect this one to hold. This is why we went for the higher order block. That is the one on top of this liquidation that we expect that when market reverses, at whichever day it's going to decide on reversing, we are not going to react to this order block here. We are going to react to that one there. So this one will keep extending our lines. Remember, our order blocks do not expire. This one was marked when on 26 April. Marked on 26 April, 7:50. You can just check it. You can also just mark it on your TradingView, and then trust me, we're going to expect some reactions on that order block. You can just take a note. This one we can get some reaction, but not that much, because there's liquidation here that needs to be taken out to create more juice for this one to work out, right? So this is why we didn't mark this order block here, because it is in a trap. Now this is what I always do. If I'm on 5 minutes, I see an order block like this one, so what I'll do is I'll click on my rectangle, then I have my template saved, right? Have 1 minute order block, 1 hour order block, 4 hour order block, 5 minutes order block, 5 minutes point of interest, 15 minutes order block, 15 minutes point of interest. I've got the red and green. You see, one function is having more like one instrument is having different functions. I don't know how you're going to call this one. It's having different functions. So let me explain how I use these ones and how I set them up. So I click this one, I come here, because I'm on 5 minutes time frame, right? So I need to mark order blocks that are on 5 minutes only. So I'll choose 5 minutes order block, and then I go to this order block here, because remember, an order block is the last green candle, not just the, okay, let me just say the last candle, say in an uptrend, downtrend that pushed that move. Say for instance this one, an order block is the last candle in an uptrend that pushed these candles down. So our last candle, this one before this push. Yeah, so when I do that, my zone is already marked, so I know that I drew this zone on a 5 minutes order block. So though, even when I come to 1 minute and I'm trying to refine my order block, I know that even if I'm seeing a lot of noise in this zone, if I can just make it visible, I can just make it visible so that you all can see. Let me just reduce it to there. So if I marked a 5 minutes, an order block on 5 minutes like that, then I come to 1 minute to refine or to look for another order block, this would be my other order block. So now, and also that is my other order block. Now I've got 2 order blocks in these 5 minutes, right? So now I know that, okay, I expect price to react to those 2 zones. So I will mark again. Now remember I'm on 1 minute time frame, so I mark my rectangle, I choose 1 minute order block. So I mark my order block like that. Remember, I'm going to include the wick for this one here, and then like that. So in my 5 minutes zone or my 5 minutes order block, I still have a 1 hour order block in it, like that. Remember, when we did our back testing, the normal order block would have been drawn like that, just like that. But the way we trade in our group, we always, if the next candle or the previous candle was having a weak rejection like that one, we also like covering it, right? So that if we are selling from this order block, we sell from that order block. Our stop loss, if we are aggressive, we are going to put our stop loss just above the zone like that. That's if we're aggressive. But if we're not aggressive, our stop loss can just be above our 5 minutes order block, like that, just on top like that. Here we are not aggressive, so this will be our first sell limit in this 5 minutes order block using the 1 minute refinement, right? And the second order block is this one here, the last candle before the push, like that. That will be our second zone. So we mark it as 1 minute order block. right? So we also put another sell limit there. So with order blocks, you will not know which one is going to work, right? We just have to act systematic to all the order blocks, but we are not scared of our stop loss hitting because we are not risking a lot. We are not risking a lot. These are free risk entries. We can have 5, 6, 7 stop losses hit, but our account is not going to be affected in any way. Immediately we're going to get that one win, we are going to recover all our losses and we're going to have more extra profits. That's the benefit of using small lot sizes. So here, this is how our trades will look like, right? I always share my sell limits I always share with my sell limits in the premium group, also in the signals group. I always share my sell limits. So you'd find that my sell, including the stop loss, you'd find that I've got different sell limits. You'd find that the other ones I'm entering early, the other one I'm entering late, because I do not know which one is going to work. All these are good entry points. This one here is a good entry point. This one is the good entry point. So where it tags me here, sometimes price, you know what price can do it? Price, let me use this one. See, price sometimes can reverse maybe from down there. It can do that and then just comes, taps me there and then goes that way. So in the event that we said no, we are not going to use this 1 minute order block here because the stop loss is too huge, so I would rather go for this one on the extreme order block on my 5 minutes zone, the extreme one, so I'll just wait for this one. Yes, this one the risk is low, but there's a higher chance price is going to miss you out. Sometimes price does not always go there, right? It does not always go there. It can just reverse here and then it just reverses just from here. So this is why you need to set all your traps in all the good zones that you have identified. You put your first trap here, you put the trap there. Whichever trap is going to get you money, we don't care, as long as it has worked in your favor, right? So we just need to act systematic. We don't need to be choosy. So this is how I use these order blocks. So even in the event that I go maybe on 4 hours, so in the event I go on 4 hours, I mark my say I kind of like, we are on 4 hours, or let me just go on a bit lower time frame so that we can see those order blocks I did mark. So you see, even when sometimes I am in 1 hour, right? And then you look at this zone, this zone, let me just do it like that. So in the event that I didn't label it as 5 minutes order block, right? And then I'm only 1 hour, then I'm just seeing something like this. I wouldn't know that this zone, why is it marked just in the middle of this week? What is the meaning of this? Why in the middle of this? Why isn't the zone covering the whole week like that, or maybe even like doing that? So I don't want to confuse myself in that manner. So when I see that it's just in the middle of the week like that, it's not making sense. But if I mark it like that, that it's 5 minutes order block, then I'll remember right there and then I will know that, oh, okay, on 5 minutes it's making sense. On 1 hour it's not making sense like this. But if I was going to go on 5 minutes, the order block I drew is going to make a lot of sense. That's how I use these different settings for order blocks. So here are the settings. You choose whichever color you need for the background. Whichever color you'd want. If you don't want the background, you can untick it, and then if you untick that background, make sure that the border is visible. So opacity can increase the. So we have those ones that are just using blocks like that. See, it's just something like this, where the background, we don't have a background, right? So for me, I always just want to use the background without the border, and then I just reduce the opacity just so the border lines can be invisible. Then after you are done marking your colors, you don't want to extend it all the way there, because when the function for this one ends, this whole thing is just going to create data on your chart. Remove the extended lines, remove them, you don't need them. You go to text, right? You name it. So maybe it's your 30 minutes. Maybe it's your 30 minutes. Maybe it's your 30 minutes order block. You name it. After you name it, you choose the fonts that will be visible to you. After you change the fonts, you choose the color, whichever color is will also be visible to you, depending with the background that you're using, because you can't have a background and then a black background and then also using a black text. You're not going to see. So you'd rather have things that are complementing each other, you see. So from here, after you are done naming it, you choose, do you want it to be on top, do you want it to be inside your order block like that, or do you want it to be at the bottom, right? Do you want it to be on the right side by the center there, or left? I've seen others that choose center here, and then there you put inside, so it kind of looks like that. Others prefer it that way, right? Now when you're done with your text alignment, your text, remember, copy your text so that can use what's in the text, it will be used as the name. So it says save as template, and then you paste and save, then you press OK, right? So the next time you draw a zone like that, right? After drawing your zone, if you sometimes you forgot to label it, you can just click on your zone, then you click on this one, then you name it. You click on the name that you named it. So this is the name. Don't click on the X. If you click on the X, you're going to delete it. Then you say 30 minutes order block. Immediately do that, it's going to label itself, right? Even if the color of the zone was like different, say maybe you use a different color, for some reasons use the different color, so you immediately just go on your zone. It's going to follow the color and the settings you used here in your settings. When you do that, it's going to be like that. So also now I don't use 30 minutes. I'm going to delete this. How you delete, you come there, say remove and say yes. So now it's deleted from my templates, and then after that you delete your zones. So we are done with this one. We go to info line. Info line, I use it for a lot of things. So this is just a line, right? Just a line. So let's say I use it also before I said using my zones. Before I was using my rectangle for marking order blocks. I used to use the line to mark my order blocks. So they used to look like that one. Why just a line, 1H order block. So I know That line was for 1 inch order block, or for 4 hours, 5 minutes order block. But these ones I don't use them anymore. These days I just use them if I get a break of structure. If I get a break of structure, I use this to mark. So for example, if I was explaining to someone that, okay, if the market was in an uptrend making highs and lows like that, then this happens, right? So that means I'm going to use, this was the last break of structure to the upward, showing that we are still buying. But then we had another break of structure showing that we have a change in direction, right? Showing that we have a change in direction. When you get a break of structure to the downward, this is where our previous law is being violated or it's being broken. Then we know that, okay, now the downtrend is beginning. Structure has been broken, right? Structure has been broken. But now this line I also use it to like mark my change of character. So sometimes this is where change of character happens, right? So in the event that the market does that, so from there, instead of coming to break the structure, it goes back maybe there. Also, it fails to break structure to the upwards, and then it does something now like that, right? So the break of structure, remember, this is the valid law because it's the one that broke structure here. This is the valid law. So the break of structure would happen if this is broken, right? But now here, this is going to be the break of structure. This is just the change of character. It was just changing characters as it was still in this zone. So you'd find that I would use this info line to mark that one as it's either, it depends which diaphragm I'm using. I can label that one as my swing high, right? And before it broke structure, say maybe before it was here, before I knew that this was going to be a break of structure, in that moment this would have been my swing low, right? You've seen how the settings are. The swing high I put on top, the swing low I put it down. In terms of text alignment, I've been telling you about text alignment all this time from there. Just repeat the video, then you'll remember about text alignment. So immediately price now breaks my swing low or my previous low here. Now this one changes from being the swing low, it becomes my break of structure, or BOS. It depends whichever way you would want to label it. So that one remains my high. As long as price hasn't broken that one, we are in a downtrend because it's the low that has been broken, right? Now this one there, this one here, it is just the change of character. That one, it was just a change of character. It is why it's a change of character. This is because this is not a swing low, it is just an internal low, right? So this is also before price, say before price, when price was still there, right? You can mark this one as your internal low. It is an internal low because it has not broken anything, it has not broken it high, it is just in within this range. This is our internal range, this one here, this range here. So that one, if it is our internal low, making that one to be your internal high, right? Making that one to be your internal high. Your internal low is here, your internal high is there. So price here is just making whatever it's making, whatever it's going to make, it to do whatever it wants. When it does that, right? When it does that, this one changes to your change of character. This one changes to your change of character. You reduce it to there, it becomes a change of character. Now, if say price, instead of breaking here, right, it reverses from there, it does something like this. From here, it does to go pick up some order blocks from the extreme order blocks, maybe from that area there. Then it does something like this, and then it does that, right? So this one isn't your break of structure. It is just another change of character within this range, right? So the first change of character was there. Then when it did this, your second change of character was there, right? Then your break of structure now is here. With a lot of practice, you're going to know, or you're going to like know the difference between break of structure and change of character. We teach all these in our VIP. We teach all these in our VIP. Feel free to join. For inquiries, you can also just reach me on my Telegram channel or my Instagram. You can just inbox me. All these links are in the bio of the bio of this channel, YouTube channel. Yeah. So this is how I always use. Just this info line can give me a lot of functions, right? When I talk about liquidity, we've got equal highs, equal lows, just the normal liquidity, trend and liquidity. All these are the functions just this one line gives me. You understand? So making all these, it's just the same process. It's just the same process. You go to settings, you write it. You write whatever you want to write. You can even name that line, maybe whichever strategy you're having. Maybe you also have something called magic. Maybe you go to magic line, right? You go to magic line, you increase the font, something visible to you, not to anyone else. Remember, you're trading for yourself. Something visible to you, as long as you can see it. Maybe even 10. As long as you can see it, it's okay. But for this video, I'm going to choose something visible. I know 20 is visible to everyone. So maybe you have your own magic line, then you change whichever you maybe want to put in the middle there, and then maybe on the center or on the left or right, if it was maybe on top or maybe it was down. When you are done, right, with your text part and the style part, forget about the coordinates, forget about the visibility. I don't know to touch these ones until you know TradingView, all its functions. Until you're a pro, then you can touch this part. For now, I'll just explain the basics. You go to the style, the line that you want, maybe dashed or dotted, whichever way you want. Maybe you want them to have arrows both ends, something like that. Whichever way, whichever settings for whichever the functions for your magic line, you put everything you need. You change the color, whether it's pink. Maybe also the text you'd also want to put it the same color as your magic line. When you are done, when you are satisfied, okay, this is how my magic line is supposed to be looking, right? When you are done, you are satisfied, you go back to your text, you copy your text. Remember, copy your text, then you come to template, then you save as. then you paste what you copied. Boom, you have your magic line. So maybe you ask, maybe as we say, this is a change of character. To you, maybe it's your magic line. So when you just come here, you press that, you put your magic line, boom, you have your magic line there. That's how we add all these lines. Just using one of these, you have a lot of functions. So as for me, I don't have the magic line. I don't know if magic works in Forex, but if you find out if magic works in Forex, please comment in the sections. I also want to know that magic. I also want to make money. Remember, we're here to make money. So if you know something that works that I also don't know, please comment in the comments below and teach us about your magic line so that we can all make money using magic. We all love money, guys. So anyway, this one is a curve. So it's a curve whereby, say, in the event that say, let me put this one aside, right? You are explaining to someone that, okay, the way I'm seeing price that is giving me a change of character, maybe before it breaks the structure here, I expect it to come there, then it can fall down like that, right? You can use the curve to illustrate that. So you can mark there and where you'd want to go. Then you drag this middle line to create a nice curve like that. You can even illustrate your explanations like that. Very neat. Compared if you're using this brush. This brush will say, okay, expects price to move from here to there. It will not look nice because you see these irregularities. See these irregularities this line is giving us. It won't look nice compared to if it was like that. You won't look like a profession having your charts more marked like this. You also won't look like a profession. So you use the right tools, right? So that even when I explain to the next person, they are going to understand what you're saying just because your chart looks neat, well presented. Sometimes your idea can be very nice idea, but if your lines or what the lines you're using look very disgusting, even the person you're trying to explain, they won't even get your idea. Maybe you're trying to explain this goes that, then this, then that. The market can do the same way you're explaining things, but because your chart looks like this, even the person who you are explaining to, they will not even want to listen to you anymore because they're not seeing what you're showing them because your chart looks dirty. So you can use this like that, or you can use this. At least someone know that, okay, yeah, this is neat. So whichever way you use it's okay. So this one, settings, not much. We don't have a text for this one, but we just have you can just change colors, the arrows at the beginning or at the end. Yeah, so nothing much about this one. We go to this one, the circle. So I just use the circle to just mark my, if I don't want to mark my swing highs using the line, I always mark them with a circle. I can just mark it like that, so I know that's my swing high and that's my swing low. So I just like sometimes marking them with my circle. I know that, okay, this circle is representing my swing low or my swing high. So settings also, as you can see that this circle of mine, the background is visible, right? So the settings I use are these ones. On your style, forget about coordinates in on your style. So the border is that one there. It's that one there. If one can make it big, whichever size pleases you. You can go ahead. If you want, you can change colors for your sake, or whichever color you need, whether it's white or whatnot, whichever color you would want to go for. Also the background, whichever color you want. Also the visibility, you can, if you make it more visible, remember, if you make it more visible like that, the opacity at 100%, we won't see your candlesticks or your illustrations until you change the visual order. I think I did explain the visual order when I was talking about, maybe, I don't know, maybe the Fibonacci, or no, it wasn't the Fibonacci. It was when I was explaining about the shorts and the long position. That's why I explained about the visual order. But you just rather have your opacity reduced so that everything can be seen. Check. So you can also use this to like illustrate that, okay, say okay, on a higher time frame, say you mark this, you can just say, okay, on a higher time frame, there, say you're saying, okay, this is a higher time frame, but on a smaller time frame, I'm seeing something like this. Maybe you're trying to explain to someone. Maybe now you kind of draw a bigger circle. So now you say, okay, you get your arrow, you say that to there. So you can even say that, okay, this is on a higher time frame, then on a smaller time frame, what is happening here is that maybe we are seeing price ranging like that before it fell like that. So you are maybe trying to explain to someone that, okay, so you can this is where now you are now going to choose. So you can use this text to like maybe put it there and say, you can say, maybe you can say that 4 hour, maybe you put it there like that, and then we can, to copy this one, to like make a shortcut in a copying, you just hold Control and then you click it, then you drag like that. So you have 2 of these ones. So here now you double click to edit the text inside there, then you say 5 minutes like that. So here you are. So you are explaining to someone, okay, here on the 4 hours can maybe see something like that, but what's really going on 5 minutes is this. So that way your representation is well explained. So you are just making a big circle on a higher time frame. Now when you expand the circle, this is what is happening. So this is also another way you can use this circle. So anyway, I guess we've come to the end of the TradingView tutorials. I just hope it's going to be helpful to you, and please subscribe to my channel, like the comment, also make me feel nice, so that I can create more contents. At least I will know that, okay, you guys are not just are viewing and getting something. If there's way I didn't explain much, comment on the section, then I can make another video. Also recommend some other videos you'd want me to make, so that in future I can like post them for you guys. Just let me know in the comment section. Let's all engage, guys. You know, don't just view and then you don't give me feedback. I won't know if I'm doing the right things. So I also rely on your feedback, then I can also grow as a person, and then we can all learn from each other. Where I made a mistake, you can just correct me. I'm also human. I also want to learn from you guys. So anyway, guys, enjoy your trading. Have a profitable week. Whichever strategy you're using, it is a winning strategy. Just stick to it. Don't change from one strategy to another. All strategies win. The only problem is you who keeps changing strategies. When you choose a strategy, keep it. Start working on yourself to adapt to that strategy. The problem is always never a strategy. The problem is always you. So anyway, guys, I hope to see you again soon in another video, as I will be talking about more order blocks and whatnot.